Yoshan is such high energy. Yoshan's mic is switched off.
Yeah, but the point is...
Yeah. Yoshan talks from there into this point.
Yeah.
That's how high energy that bugger is.
I don't know golf.
Sorry, Madam President doesn't know golf. They'll figure out another sport that's on us. All right. Moving on, man.
Moving on.
Go hoop.
President's honest. Got it.
Right? I like how he goes, lucky number 7.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's ready.
I need a finger.
What? No, you're not.
I want this president to retire.
We're just sharing ideas, so if you have different ideas, please let us know.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to agree with us all the time.
Everything here was a point of view. Nothing is to be taken seriously. Disclaimer. Make it
All for entertainment purposes.
Point of view. Please don't take any of this personally. Any person
We are not targeting anyone.
Any person that was mentioned in this podcast is complete act of imagination. Hi guys, welcome back to That's So Bro. This is season 2, episode 3.
And today we are talking about the power of words. I know we've talked about words before, but that was just us. That was just someone than me. This time we have 2 guests who are going to talk about the power of words and how it can make or break life as we know it. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Guest numero uno, welcome back.
Yeah. This is female representation of That's So Bro.
Yeah, I think I need a share from That's So Bro.
You got it, man. You got it. But for the 17th time, would you like to introduce yourself?
Why are you having
Because
me?
now you have a new title to yourself. So now,
okay.
yeah. So you start with that. I am Madam President.
Right, you are.
Yeah, Madam President.
Madam
Sorry,
President.
I think I come for different shows with different titles, and this time I am invited as the president of the Colombo Toastmasters Club.
Yeah. Ooh. We should all be standing up and do this.
Some presidency.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Thank you very much for having me, and
Absolutely.
yes.
And myself.
Yep. Hi guys. My name is Christian. I met you guys through Amanda. So this is going to be my first podcast, and I'm interested to be on board with you guys. So let's get started.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm doing the welcome one. Yeah.
Female representation.
Right,
Yes.
that's right. Yeah,
We can just go home at this point. She's got
She's
it.
got it. Professional host and all that.
Oh.
All right. So let's go ahead. So when we talk about the power of words, especially like here we're talking, right? It's a podcast. It's words. You host. You also host. But I want to put this thing. So words can be used both ways because you can use it as a tool for success or as a shield to protect yourself against things, right? Because we've all had that that instance on both ends. So how can you use words as a tool for success in your experiences? We'll go to Ash first. So I'm asking Ash.
You got to go to the president first.
Sorry, President Ash.
President
Oh,
Ash.
gosh.
Madam President Ash. Madash. Sorry.
All right, what is the question?
What's happening right now, man?
Well, losing the power of words.
Yeah.
The one episode. Okay. So how do you think words can be used as a tool for success or to shield yourself from, or maybe as a way of self-sabotage, to shield yourself from self-sabotage? That's part 1, by the way. So let's go.
Yeah. I think, I do agree when you say words are important when you are somebody who is anyone, being a human, words are important because we
Yes.
have a voice and we know the art of the voice.
Exactly.
And the voice is there because we can use words. And the importance of words to be successful and also to safeguard you, not just those two, I believe in any way, your words matter. Before you say things out loud, it's important that you think twice. Because half the work happens before it comes to your tongue and you throw it out. You have to think before even I speak here, I need to think whether what I'm going to say harms anyone, hurts anyone, or whether there's any use of the words that I use, whether can I really now, the whole objective of today's podcast is to give something out to the ones who are watching, not just for us to come here and have a chit chat. So it's important for me to use the right set of words so that I give out the message right. So I think that's where the power of words come in. And also it has to blend in. When you say words in the English dictionary, if you take the English language itself, there are so many words.
Right.
I mean,
Right?
there are words being
You don't
made
say.
up.
Yeah.
There are words being made up right now.
Yeah, but when you say a successful person using the right kind of words does not mean using all that, the jargon or very difficult words where you have to turn the dictionary. We all know certain people even...
Confabulation, yes.
Yeah. I mean, these days, we know certain people when they get on stage, especially with the election coming on, you sometimes have to turn the pages to look, to read out the meaning. That's not the power of your voice. That's not the
Definitely,
right kind of communication. If you are a public speaker or anybody, you are a better communicator with the use of better words in an understanding way.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And in public speaking, we say when you deliver a speech, even your speech has to be understood by a 10-year-old. That's when you know that your message goes around the world or gets communicated universally. So that's the power of words that I believe.
Interesting. So, so I understand the whole, you don't have to use big words as long as you communicate your point. Because that's the whole point of words, because you communicate your message, right?
That's right.
The message has to go through. Yeah. I like that idea of a 10-year-old has to be able to understand what you say, because that really puts into perspective how you say things.
Yes, that's right.
So then let me ask you this. I'll go for you this time, and then we'll come back to you.
Yes.
So,
sure.
Christian.
Now that we have you also here.
Since you're here.
Since I'm here.
Since we're asking these words, we're talking about words, have you ever been in a situation where you found that you've said something wrong and self-sabotage?
Many times, brother. Many times. And I feel less on a formal scale, but more on an informal scale. For example, just with conversation with friends, mainly newfound friends.
Right.
You just don't know exactly where they stand on their points of view on certain topics, whether they agree with you or whether they disagree with you. Sometimes they have different points of view. And I feel like it's, for most people in their youth, when they move between friend groups, right? A lot of friend groups have very different points of view, and when you move to a different friend group, sometimes many people will disagree with the previous group agreed with you, right? So that's why I feel like communication is very important, not only between friends but in relationships and everything.
So kind of, do you find yourself trying to say things that you wouldn't normally say just to try to fit in?
There have been times in my immature teenage years, but I've slowly started moving away from it and just started to express what I actually believe in rather than just what people want to hear.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Because social pressure is on you when you want to say things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair enough, man. But I'm gonna throw this back at you, right?
Yeah.
Being the handsome soul man you are.
Coming from the handsome man himself.
All right, complimenting each other, yes.
That is basically what I wanted to get
That's
to,
so bro, isn't it?
The art of compliments, right? To you, what is the most memorable compliment you've given and you received? Because I know she gets 1 billion, but I know you can match 1 billion versus 1 billion. At least we can play.
I can try, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
First, the one you received.
The one that I've received.
Yeah.
All right. So just give me a second to think right now.
Oh yeah, take all.
All right. All right.
We'll run our commercials during this time.
All right. Just to give you guys a little bit of context, right? Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. Just to give you guys a little bit of context, right? So I was a cricketer for 14 years of my life.
Okay.
Okay.
I was only interested in cricket for these 14 years of my life. I didn't follow any other sports. So all my football friends, they were all into, Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe. And I don't know what they're talking about, right? So this time there's this one, but everybody knows who Ronaldo is, right?
Right.
He's literally the most famous man in the world. And
Ronaldo who? Sorry.
And my football friend just comes up to me and he's like, bro, you're literally taller than the most famous man in the world. That was the biggest compliment I've ever received, man. It just took some time to register in my mind.
Okay.
And I was like,
okay.
All right. Okay. I'm taller than the most famous man in the world. That's pretty crazy.
So we now know that Ronaldo is not 6 feet 3 inches.
Yeah.
He's 6'2", right?
I don't know.
I have no
He's
idea.
6'2". Because I know because I went home and Google searched right after. Right after.
All right, so you are 6'3".
Yes, between 6'3", 6'4", just like round it up to 6'5",
Okay, that's bro.
What is the best compliment you've given?
That I've given. Oh, you're putting me in a tough spot here, man.
You can give it now.
I want you to look at the camera right there.
Clever.
I want you to look at the camera right now. And as if you're complimenting Ashi, go for it.
Oh, okay.
Look at the camera though.
You're Ashi. Okay.
Yeah, she's Ashi.
Okay, no.
That's Ashi. The camera is
That's Ashi now.
That's Ashi, yeah.
All right. Madam President, first of all, I think you're one of the best public speakers that I have heard in a while. And yeah, congrats. I think that's a pretty big compliment.
That's solid. That's solid.
Wow.
Come on.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man, I mean that.
Right.
I mean that, yeah.
Right. It's very there's no cheese. You're a very decent human being. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to be like you.
Good.
There
we go.
that's compliment right there.
All right, Ashi, we're moving.
Let's just go around the table complimenting everybody here,
We're
man.
moving on directly to Ashi immediately.
Okay, to Arshi.
All right. Compliment you received.
The
Go.
best compliment you received.
Best compliment you received.
All right, I'm gonna. This is the first time I'm gonna say this out loud as well.
Look into that camera right there.
Yep.
Exclusive.
Someone calling me that I am the third best thing that has ever happened to him.
Okay.
Third best thing.
Because
He was born.
no,
His parents.
His parents are there.
no,
No. Dang.
he's an athlete,
Oh.
and so he said sports. Mother is number one. Sports, it's number two
Yep,
for
okay.
16 years of his life,
Damn.
and then I came into his life, sort of thing, and then that's the third best thing. I think that's a better and a very true and a genuine compliment
Right.
I could
Fair
receive.
enough.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Who is
That's
this
lovely,
man? We
yeah.
need to know. Okay, no, we don't need
No,
to know. It's
no,
fine.
no, no.
Yeah, no, not
What's the best compliment you've given?
Oh,
You are the fifth best thing in my life.
You're like the 57th best thing.
2, 3, 4. You're there.
I think to my mom,
Okay.
I have always come home and said, I am who I am only because of you. And
that's sweet.
that's a compliment that I keep giving
That
her.
is very sweet.
Yeah.
And that is, I think that's true for every parent. I mean, we wouldn't be who we are if it
Yeah.
weren't for the parents.
Yeah.
I mean, there's two sides that quite much. One is absolute trauma, and the other side of it is you are a successful human being.
Again,
because of that.
we wouldn't be who we are without our parents.
Yeah,
Good
true.
or bad.
True. No, but the point is, do we really say that out loud? Not many of us
Not
say
many
that
of
out
us
loud.
do. That's true.
But
yeah.
that is something we have to get into our systems and, pass into generations where you come home and tell your parents, I am who I am because of you.
Power of words, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen.
And-
Tell your mom and dad.
That you love them, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And on that note, do you guys think that compliments are underrated
Nowadays.
nowadays?
Because it's just flying around. It's like, oh, you're the queen, you're the king, you're this,
Yeah.
you're that. In that sort of sense.
Is there any sincerity left in compliments anymore? And if so, how does one sincerely give a compliment?
There is. There are two sides to look at in this, I think. So when you take, I think it's the digital world, the social media that has taken a whole turn about these compliments and recognitions, achievements, where, you post one thing. Sometimes I just post and it's late that I go and check my comments and then everybody who has like wished you. But it's so good to feel that, you're
Right.
loved and everybody's wishing you. That's amazing. So that there is a platform for everyone to be a part of your life and wish you, because those wishes push you to do better in your life.
Yes,
Right.
true.
But when you come into the other part of giving compliments, is it really genuine sometimes? Because, people are so used to just a 15 seconds story to say, oh, you're pretty, oh, this is nice, heart eyes, hearts, and all those. Those have become compliments.
Yes.
Whereas in our golden age, or when we were growing up, at least our generation, where I believe we're all in the same generation. Right? Where,
This one was on the shave yesterday.
I'm
but-
the imposter.
Looking at you, kid.
yeah, so when we were growing up, the compliments were so great and we felt genuine when our grandparents sat us down and said, oh, wow, you did this. Oh, wow, this is for you. Like, you look
Yeah.
pretty.
Well, I can
Because
completely understand. yeah.
That gives you those, jitters in your body
Yeah.
sort of feeling. It doesn't come down to hearts or heart eyes or oh, wow,
Right,
sort of a thing. So it depends on how you give compliments and from whom you really receive compliments, in what way. So it's
That's
not
also-
really
yeah.
it's not really what you say. This is where how you say
it.
things matter.
Oh my god.
And I also
okay.
think that takes it to the stage of how the digital world has changed things so much, because a lot of things have become insincere, like you said, Amanda, as a result of, like you said, just 15 seconds, a person will come and leave heart eyes on a post that they probably didn't even watch the whole video. They probably didn't even watch the whole video, but they leave a whole row of hearts, and the person who made the video is going to think, oh, this person loves me.
Yeah.
But that's not sincere.
And the dark side of that is, especially with the work we do, you kind of get hooked on that. You kind of get addicted to the hearts.
You want that dopamine.
You want that dopamine.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it and it's not because your post is bad, it's just that's how the algorithm works. You start taking a turn for the worse. And then you start pushing yourself to the next boundary to see, fine, I didn't get this many likes like I did for the last one. What did I do right there and wrong here? And that pushing just, unless it's very progressive, that pushing just gets to an extreme where you are now dependent on other people's likes and comments. But what it's also taking away, like you said, is the power to articulate, oh, mashallah, look, that's a nice shirt, as opposed to saying heart, 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 heart.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Because emojis have now taken the place of words in certain
Emojis
ways.
and the double tap, no?
Yeah, the double taps. I mean, personally, I don't really like it, but that's how it is.
We can take it in any way, I think. For some, it's
how,
the likes.
like you said. So it's how the compliment is given or taken as well, how it's taken.
Right.
So I can tell you, I can't remember compliments I got. I can remember one compliment I gave. And that is to my wife, because she's a dancer. Truth. I may have said this to someone else also. Because
I'm so sorry that is done. Dude! We will redo that thing. I said this compliment to my wife and only my wife. Go for
Only
it.
my wife, and then I must have told this someone else.
Someone else? No, I only told her. I've told her twice.
Okay, what's the compliment? Now,
so, okay, it's like this. Once you're performing, everyone will come and tell you after the show whether you were good or not. Well done. You did great. Well done. And you kind of get normalized after a while. You're like, oh yeah, I know I didn't get it. Okay, fine. But really, tell me exactly, like, did you like it or did I do well?
Right.
Nobody tells you the truth, because, whether they liked it or not, they'll come and tell you, how much well done. Or they'll tell whoever performed, well done, you did great.
okay.
Did you go up and say, "Done"? That was shit.
No.
that dance is absolutely horrible. That was
You
the step you moron.
No, she won the dance competition at one point.
Right.
Okay.
The dance sport. And
Okay.
afterwards, I told it to another group of dancers as well. I think this is the best thing you can say to those, especially people who perform.
Right.
You did well, but what's most important is the hard work you put in really showed.
Okay.
See, the hard work you put in really showed. It means that you recognize the fact that they've been working hard for months or years, and that showed. The work they put in showed, because that the discipline, the dedication of all that comes out in that one moment. And I think that makes more of an impact on that person than just saying, oh no, you did well.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I have a different perspective towards this. That is, this is a whole new subject, which is the expectations. That's where when you expect things, you cannot. I mean, in this industry, we are high performance people, and we keep performing. We are hustling every day. We are grinding. So that's our thing.
Right.
And if we expect somebody to come along the way and fit into that grid and keep complimenting us, that's not really going to work, because we do not stay at the same place. We keep growing. And not everyone else can understand the work that we have put behind the scenes. So it's unfair for us to expect someone else to come on board and compliment us. And all they know is to say congratulations, and that's their genuine way of wishing us.
That takes me back to the quote of, no one's there with you along the race, but they're always there at the finish line.
No, that's again a different one. That's again a different topic where if you win, you have a lot of people, saying, oh, wow, we were there for you. But that's not the genuine part of it. But
it's just, even if you participate.
That's the only way they know how to say it.
Yeah, so like Amanda also said, on social media, this is something that I strongly believe. The moment you let go of concentrating on likes, comments, and followers, things work for you.
Right, because you're not focused on that.
No. From my side, I'm definitely not a person who wants to be famous. I believe if I stay true to myself and if I do what I do right, automatically whatever I deserve will come along the way. So that's two ways to look at it. But if I keep on expecting people to like, if I keep on expecting people to react, whatever, then my mental mentality is just totally taken away because I'm waiting for something else. Whereas that time I could have concentrated on what's next for me.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So there's a lot of topics that we're talking here, but
I know.
Yeah,
It's an interesting. It's a wide subject. Speaking of social media, though, now that we have that social media platform, do you think that we have to be? Do you think people are more careful now with their words, or do you think there are more people now just saying their minds, whether they offend people or not? It doesn't matter. People just come and say things, and some of them are stupid. But then there are also people who not saying anyone. In the majority, when you consider the world, the entire world. But there are also people who are really careful with what they say, how they present themselves. Do you think there's a big change from where it used to be? I mean, you want to take that on?
Well, there's two sides to every single coin. There are different communities that would go the distance to make sure that they're on the right side of things, to not get cancelled by these social media companies. And there are also the other communities which are on the very far end, where they'll go out of the way to express something that is completely out of topic or something that is completely opposite to the right thing. Right. And it's just how it is at the moment. And I feel like social media has amplified it into the sense that, for example, on TikTok, you can create multiple accounts. And I know many of my friends, right, who, for example, on the same post, right, they will have one opinion from their normal account and they'll have a different opinion from their fake account. Yeah, that's how it works.
Like 2 accounts?
Oh, yeah, that's how it works.
Keep up?
People don't want to use their face. What I'm saying is people don't want to use their face to express something that is deemed by society to be wrong, but they will express it however they will express it somehow, even if it is not through their persona.
And do you think they yearn to express the truth of it, or do you think they want to be policed?
I think they want to express the truth on a certain level, but then I also feel like they don't want to be discriminated against as a result of sharing what they believe in. Right.
I kind of, I mean, go ahead if you want to say anything.
No, I'm just adding into the question that you were asking, that you asked. Again, there are two ways. Some of us are careful with what we want to say because what goes on social media is what we want the people to see.
Exactly.
Right? So the words that we use are the words that we want the public to hear.
Yeah, not exactly what we may or may not feel.
It depends because we all have a public personality and we all have a private life that is going on. And some of us have private accounts and public accounts for that reason, right? And so that's some way we are careful. Whereas another said with hate, every day we get hate comments, right?
Yeah.
And so people don't really use their words right.
We do get hate comments, right?
No.
Keyboard heroes, they don't really think whether these words could hurt this person or, the family or how much of a damage it can really do to the person. They don't think.
It's just a matter
I
of
love
getting
that term,
off.
keyboard warriors.
Yeah. It's just a matter of getting off. And I understand that too. It is just that maybe it is the fact that your life is so miserable that the only way for you to vent is to watch somebody else. Because either, Machang, if you're doing well and I'm against you, either I rise up to your level of greatness or I try to tear you down. It is so much easier for me without going through the diet you're going through, and model to model. The diet you're going through, your strictness to how you actually present yourself in broader society, the clothes you wear and all that. If I just say, you know what, he's actually doing this with somebody else and he's a piece of shit. You just don't know that about him. I actually know him like that. So it's easier for me to destroy your reputation that way, than having to actually
go through the hard work.
And because we live in such a fast-paced world that you just don't have time for yourself to just think and to come to terms with who you really are, you have to wear this mask, and the only way for you to get off, literally, is to go and shit on somebody else.
Yeah, so
and that's also using words.
That's also using words. But there's two sides to that too, right? Because social media is this thing where we try to exercise as much freedom of speech as possible. You are told to, so you get good things and bad things. You'll be okay with both.
True.
So like she said, if you can find a way to navigate yourself through both, right? And you don't fall victim to either. And I'm also a victim because you do get addicted to the likes and the comments because you want to be told that you're doing well, right? And you can be a victim to the hate comments as well, saying, well, they don't like me, I must be doing something wrong. I am a terrible human being, they're right.
That's never happened to me.
Never, I just laugh about it.
If you can navigate your ship through either tumultuous seas, I think you're pretty much good. Then that's what she said. You get to a point where you get what you deserve because you worked hard for it, as opposed to somebody coming and giving it to you. So that makes sense.
So that's also if you look at it in our topic kind of thing, you're not expecting, you're doing what you think is right and staying true to yourself.
Yep.
I can't words on that topic. And be true to, what is wrong? True to yourself.
Brother man.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving away from social media a little bit.
Right.
I want to ask you a genuine question.
Sure.
Something I've also struggled with as a host.
Okay.
Okay. You're in a conversation, or maybe an interview, like
Right.
live or whether you're on TV or whatever, right?
Yes.
And you are talking about a very tricky conversation,
Right.
like a tricky subject.
Okay.
And you want to ask a question or comment on something he's saying just to add to the conversation, but you know that since it's a touchy subject, you have to be very careful and not hurt that other person's feelings or the public at large. How do you navigate some situations like that? Have you been in some?
Yeah.
Every
I mean,
day in the situation.
Yeah, because that's my job.
Right.
At the end of the day, what goes in my mind is what really makes a good host. A host is somebody who literally hosts the show, and I am not hired to show my point of view. There's an objective given by the TV channel, or there's a particular objective
Right.
that is set. So sometimes I might not agree, but if I have to take the best out of the conversation for the program which I'm hired to, I will have to do it. But off the camera, I might take it up saying,
Right.
this is something that I'm concerned about.
Even
Am
if
I-
it goes against your belief system, if
No,
whatever they're talked about.
Those I don't take. That's why I'm very strict
Ah.
on not taking political stuff, because
Fair enough.
I tend to, ask a lot more questions than I'm given. So I
Of course.
no, for real. So
By the way,
so whenever, that has happened, but
Yeah.
if it's a casual conversation, because most of the time I'm into corporate interviews, so I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
CEOs, MDs,
yeah,
and chairman.
that's what I was
So
referring to.
in that case, I'm not going to argue a lot, but I would of course put my questions to clarify things more, because if I have the question, I believe the audience might also have that
the
question.
Right.
So I am asking questions on behalf of the majority, the mass market. So then I would say, okay, some of the people might have the question of thinking, you're into this kind of a business.
Right.
Would you like to clarify that part for us so that we do not have something like that?
fair enough.
Right.
But if it's a casual conversation like this, I would straight away tell you, I would disagree. This
Right.
would be my point of view out of it. So it's up to
Yeah.
the people who are thinking to take it in a better way.
In a bit, and it's also as the host or the person who's behind the mic, you have to also think about it.
Yeah.
Like, be careful also
Yes.
using your words.
Yes, yes.
That's, I think, okay.
Yeah.
Have you had though? Like, you're careful, you think about it. Have you had, you say something that's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have probably said that. Have you had those?
Ashi's entire career.
Flash it before.
Should I say it or no? I'll never mess up your future employer.
No. When you talk about this, I haven't, not out of my belief system.
okay.
So all the interviews have
So
lined
in
up.
between, yeah. Okay.
But have I really missed my words at interviews? I have. So this was at Legends Cricket Tournament, where it was my very first turning point with
right.
cricket and becoming a sports anchor. And there, the very first time I got to, go down and ask it, we call it the flash interviews over the shoulder, where
Right.
the cricketer is on screen, but we are behind the camera. And I was going to ask, so today, it was the second day of the tournament, and I was supposed to ask, so today was your first match sort of a thing, but
Right.
I missed the first to second. No, it was their second match.
So you-
but second match, but they won. So I said it's the first day and they won. So I missed my words because I was so nervous.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And then, I got a little blasted, but then, it was okay.
A little blast. Boom. That's
Yeah, I
it.
thought my career is gone, and from tomorrow I won't be given work, because these are not I didn't work with Sri Lankans, because it was a whole international setup.
Oh,
I thought,
right,
okay,
right,
from
right.
tomorrow my career is gone because I missed one word. I went to the washroom and I cried, but then the producer was so nice. And then-
Power of a word.
Yeah.
Power of one word.
What's
My
inside my
gosh.
mind was to say, this is the second day, but I said, this is your first day. And
Nerves do get to you, man.
Oh,
Nerves
no.
do get to you in
Yeah.
this spot.
How's that happened to you? And not on a professional platform, like person to
Yeah,
person, like he said, mono y mono.
Well, I can say on a professional as well as on a personal level as well, because I remember this one gig, right, where it was a simple script which they had given to me, and it was just a 2-minute long script, and I had everything in mind. But when put on the spot, I couldn't put it to words. You know, something that I had practiced, something I had rehearsed prior, right?
Right.
I guess it's also because of the fear of public speaking, because many people, it says that 75% of people in the world have the fear of public speaking.
Come to Toastmasters.
Right. Definitely come. This
is not
says the
president.
That's just the free shout out to Toastmasters if anybody
You
wants
have
to.
got Toastmasters.
Free plug-in for the Toastmasters.
But yes, public speaking is a big issue among people, and even in Sri Lanka, right? You'll very seldom meet people in Sri Lanka that are open to do public speaking, especially in the English language.
Yeah.
And it's a huge niche in this market, right?
I think more than public speaking, I think a lot of people are scared to just have a conversation in general.
Definitely.
Outside of the very shallow topics of
yeah.
it's gonna rain, no much something very, very shallow. You can't really dump into deep topics because people don't know how to navigate through that. Right?
It's nowadays. I think it's more than that. In so much as you don't want to get in too deep for the fear of saying the wrong thing and then offending the other person unknowingly, and then suddenly everything is on you.
Again, all of these situations are controlled, and their practice ground is Toastmasters.
My
Just
God!
gonna cut off a mic.
Let's just do a Toastmaster count,
Taxi,
right?
bring a toaster. Taxi, go bring a toaster.
No, because I believe that has been. I mean, it's not a company to market or anything, so it's a not-for-profit organization, international organization.
That wasn't a marketing ploy either.
No, but that has been because there we practice impromptu speaking as public speakers. We are given a topic, and we only have the time. We walk from the ground to the stage to think about and talk for 2 minutes.
Dang.
So they drop us with topics, and we just have to go on stage and keep speaking for 2 minutes. And it has to have a nice opening body. It has to be value adding. There has to be a message. Everything within 2 minutes.
Oh, so I mean, it's not just talking. It has to be proper content also.
Yes,
Dang.
yes, that's
It's
how
a skill.
It's a skill.
I remember this one time I had this was some small level thing, right? It's not school, right after. I got this thing was, the topic was animal husbandry. And I'm like,
Who's husband?
What the animal husbandry?
Where's the rest of the topic?
Where's the rest? My buddy said was, sir, I don't think animals can marry. What's happening? I had no clue, man. So I just went up and talked about animals for 2 minutes, and it was clearly failed.
Where
this is Amanda trying to find the segue.
where
Just try to transition out of it.
Right.
Where words fail us, body language perseveres. That being said, my sir, my question to you is, again, have you been in a situation where, because your body language was off, either the person you were talking to was immediately turned off by you, or you actually lost the gig when it came to a photo shoot or a runway walk or something?
Unfortunately, no, I haven't experienced something
Unfortunately.
no. I mean, it's a learning experience,
yeah,
man.
fair enough.
How is it unfortunately, no?
It's a learning experience.
You
and
go to
I
the next photo shoot like this, what
I have experienced it.
But no, there was this one time for Toastmasters where I did have an impromptu speech. And so basically they wanted me to speak on if I was the prince of Sri Lanka, how would I change the political system?
Do we have a prince?
And
Apparently do.
it was impromptu. I did not pick out the topic. So from my perspective at that point in time, I did not have too much knowledge on the geopolitical situation of the country.
Right.
So I literally blabbered for 2 minutes on the one person that I did know at the time was Mahinda Rajapaksa.
Right.
And I just blabbered on that same topic for 2 whole minutes. So yeah, that was a tight situation for me, man. But that I learned from.
But that would still be verbal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about body language.
Right.
Has there been a situation where body language, like off-put body language, close postures and all that, has that costed you a relationship? And not like a
Not boyfriend, girlfriend.
not boyfriend, girlfriend, but like a relationship.
Let me think actually.
Your life experience is so small.
Well, yeah, I have lost quite a few friends, especially in school, as a result of either being too shy to go and speak to new groups of people. Because I feel like in school, we always segregate into certain groups in our classes,
Right.
and it takes a bit of courage to go and talk to the rest of the people. And I was a shy person in college, right? And it took, and I did not have the courage to approach new people, to meet the rest of the cricketers, which I was a cricketer.
Right.
I had a bit of an issue getting on with other people, all put down to the reason being that I was shy. So yeah, I guess that counts as body language per se. Yeah.
And I think if you have a negative body language, that mentally affects you too. Because the second you start closing up, you start getting very defensive.
Oh yeah.
And then when you watch them, and they're not even looking at you, they're looking kind of past you for the other thing. That all just gets in your head. And I know this from personal experience, because growing up, I was a huge introvert, right? So whenever the girls glanced by whatever it was across me, it was always the fact that, oh shit, they're looking. What am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? Is my shoelace untied? Is my zip down? What is wrong with me? And then you just close and close and close and close. So I completely understand that. Body language sometimes just runs the entire game.
Yeah. Sometimes having an upright personality, that also puts certain people off, because I've been told, Ashi, when you walk, so straight and very serious, sometimes people are scared to walk up to you and talk.
Right.
And that have made me think, oh, how should I walk then? Right? So it's just my way. So people think, oh, she's a big shot, we can't talk to her, and the way I walk and talk and my personality and how I show myself out. It's just my natural way of, being upright. And then
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I generally am a little loud. A little.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah, generally. A little loud. And
Just
I'm
so
out
you
there.
guys see this, all right? In the soundboard system here, Rad's mic level is all the way down here. Everybody else is normal or something. But yeah, go for it.
Thanks,
no
man.
worries, I got you, bro.
So I'm generally a loud person, happy, bubbly.
Yeah.
But some people don't like it. They've come up to me and say, you're just too happy. Yeah.
Same.
Right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. There is a sound thingy coming.
It's rain.
Is it the rain?
Yeah, it's a yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was about to stop and be like, there's a march coming through this thing.
Right, cut.
As,
Resume.
As long as Takshi doesn't say...
Yeah. Resume.
All right, cool. So yeah, I've had the whole, you're too bubbly. I don't like you, stay away from me. And that's kind of, so even if I haven't said anything, that body language of being too out there, too much of an extrovert.
Yeah, even I've got that a lot.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm a little bubbly, not a little.
No,
but people ask me, how do you have so much energy all the time?
Yeah, but then the flip side of that is, you're a terrible human being. If you're such a bore that all the time you're like, I don't want to do it. God, I'd hate to be around a person like that.
Same.
Because that just sucks your energy out of you, right?
Yeah.
Like, imagine you're at work and you're having a terrible day. The last person you want to meet is also somebody who's having a worse day than you, who's going to come and take it out on you suck what little will to live you have.
Yeah.
Right? I would much rather, love hanging out with you. You're coming back for a million reasons. I love hanging out with you too, bro, whenever you're doing modeling, because I know that, and like my entire friend group, I've always taken them out if I don't find that they match that. Like, Yoshan is such high energy.
Yeah.
He's so like,
Yeah,
Yoshan's...
the vibes.
Yeah. Yoshan's mic is switched off.
Yeah, but the point is...
Yeah. Yoshan talks from there into this line.
Yeah.
That's how high energy that bugger is.
Yeah, but the point is, okay, we surround ourselves with people who match our vibe.
Yeah.
But the people who are out the circle, they think that, oh my God, like she's so wannabe. Oh my God, she thinks so, big about herself.
Sure.
But then, no, we're not.
Yeah, exactly.
If they
That's
really
just so
associate us, we're not that, big-headed or whatever. It's just right there.
Yeah, it is just...
It's just a person outside looking in, right?
Yeah.
It's also just a very positive outlook on life.
So those things, it's out of our control. We cannot really control. People are misjudging our body language, the way we walk, talk, and smile. If that offends them, get a life.
I feel like social media has also amplified this to a sense where if a person expresses their bubbly personality on social media without having to go through the trouble of telling it to your face and facing the repercussions of it, all they have to do is just leave a hate comment in the comments. And it's just so easy nowadays.
Yeah.
It's you're so fake.
I mean, just cut the act or something like that.
Why? My question is
until they meet you in person and they're like, oh, you're the loveliest person I've met.
Yeah, because I get that always. Everyone's like, oh, the first time I saw you, I thought you are a wannabe or like a, big-headed person. We thought you're very this thing. I'm like,
I love the fact that I love the fact that we this is the power of words, but the power of the absence of words is also just as powerful.
Communication
Body
is
language,
key, man.
yeah.
if not stronger.
If not stronger,
Yeah, I think it's also a shame that these aren't topics that are covered in school. You know what I mean?
Right? No, yeah.
Find
Because
that-
we never get. I mean, I don't even get getting told about stuff like this.
Do you remember what a sedentary type of rock is? Sedimentary?
Sedimentary. Yeah.
Being single medium career, but
Can
I honestly
What is
can't
sedimentary?
remember.
I don't know how to
You
explain
put a
that.
bunch of rocks in the thing and you let it settle, and you have the different, the weights and sizes of the rock.
Oh, perfectly said, man.
Is it? That's not
No,
it.
no.
Okay.
Okay, next.
You almost had it, man.
Geography fail.
Geography fail for them.
So that's rocks. Hurry.
Geography is a.
But
Okay,
that being
skip
said, it is just the point that Takshi is dying one. But it's also the point that we can't even remember what that was. But if you
Yeah.
get a bad grade on that, your mom will still ring you up. Right? But that is not, except for geographers here.
I am one.
That is not a topic you, Toastmaster Captain. That is not really something you bring into day-to-day life. But if you know how people act and react, that is something that is so beneficial to you that you can actually make a living out of that. If you know a person's being disingenuous to you, or if you know your business deal is running down, you wouldn't carry that conversation up. Right? If from body language alone, which is why I think there is a saying that if you're planning to do business with somebody, you should play a game of golf with them.
A game of what?
I do not
Game
like
of
Golf.
Okay.
Right? Because golf apparently, according to Ranchan, is the one
Oh,
game
yeah,
where you can actually cheat and I wouldn't know. So I had to trust your integrity to say, yeah, you actually hit 7 strokes as opposed to 6. And I had to take your word for it.
Okay.
So you have to play a game just to know who the person is. So you know what your kind of person you're getting into business with. So it all comes back down to that, man. It's such a shame that this is not
To the
something-
fact that even people, when they go on interviews, this is something that we look at interviews. When a person comes and sits in front of me, I always check. It's not the answers they give. Okay, the art of answering, of course, I check.
Right.
But then,
Because that again is a part
yeah,
of
the
his
body
personality.
language,
Yeah,
the way
body.
they open the door and come in, the way they take their seat. Now, these are little things which makes a huge difference.
body language.
Yeah, body language.
True.
Fair enough.
All right.
Um,
What's next? What's next?
what's next? No?
Hold on. Just a disclaimer about the golf scoring system. There's a little bit more to that. I'm sure some of our golfers who are watching will comment on it. We're not professional golfers.
I don't play golf. I play
But
Mario
we-
Golf. That's
I
it.
don't know. I don't know even how to play.
We do understand the fact that golf is the scoring system is based on the honor system. You have to trust each other. I mean, you do have a checker, and so if I'm playing with you, Amanda,
Yeah.
you mark your strokes,
Right.
and I'll also mark your strokes.
Right.
But in
I
the
would
end-
know.
Yeah.
That's how Mario Golf is played.
Okay, skip it. I
Anyway,
don't know
that's-
golf.
Sorry, just want to
Sorry, Madam President doesn't know golf. They'll figure out another sport that's on us. All right. Moving on, man.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Football.
Madam, how do you think the power of words, madam, differs between
Ane,
men
stop
and
calling
women?
me madam.
Ane?
madam.
How do you think the power of words differs between men and women in the professional world? There's a question for
That's
you.
that's the question of the
Killer.
night.
Captain of the words.
Okay,
Yeah.
come again. I'm going to process that a little.
How do you think the power of words differs between men and women in a professional setting? And in that, do you feel that women need to be a bit more cautious when they're articulating a sentence as opposed to the men?
Again, two sides.
Right. I will get the other side from him. I will get the other side from him.
It's
I
a
get
very
both sides from
dangerous
him.
You
question,
can.
Amanda.
So in a professional format, yes, there's a way men communicate and there's a way ladies communicate.
Right.
That's given. Whereas ladies know how to give directions like in a proper way, a little.
see that?
Wait, hold on. No.
I could sense a change of energy in this room.
I'm not saying that men do not, men also, but then it's the ladies' way of putting things right. I mean, I think this comes down to men and not just in a professional format, but it comes down to the communication at home, literally.
Right.
So when you take the communication between a father and a mother, sometimes children don't straight away go and tell the father because he gives like 1 or 2 word answers and it's done.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas you first approach your mother and you know that mother will communicate it right to your father, right? So that is the usual human behavior that even applies at a professional format or a personal format or anywhere else.
Right.
So even when it comes to office, sometimes we don't like to work with lady bosses. But it could be either way.
Oh. The look.
No. So there is a thing, you know. Sometimes for me, it's easy to work with.
No, it's a personal choice. Like it's how
it's
personally.
personal. It's personal. Yeah. It's a personal choice, right? So it depends on what you're going to communicate.
True.
So if I have to narrow the question down, if you can narrow the question down, I think we
So
can just a little
in this way, what if the same thing was said by a lady versus a guy? Whose words do you think would go down as more serious? The same words.
No, I don't believe in that.
Okay.
I think depending on the work and the responsibility and the task allocation and of course the hierarchy, whether it's a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. The work has to be done. So if you think, oh, a man said it, I don't have to take it seriously, go home.
President's orders. Got it.
Right? So whether it's, the gender shouldn't come into place.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's like, no words.
Well, there are still many people who still have the old ideology that, women should be this, men should be that.
Right.
But I feel, like you said, in a professional sense, there shouldn't be a disparity between the two where orders from men and women come alike.
Okay.
And the response. But however, that said, I have to say that different people will also react to orders from men and women in two different ways, based on their personality. Personally, me, no. But, for certain people, orders coming from a guy would be more serious, the answer to your question.
For some people.
For some people. And for a similar section of people or similar group of people, orders coming from a woman would be more serious.
Yeah.
So it all depends on the audience, I would say,
The audience.
That is true.
Definitely,
That is true. But should it, make a whole difference?
Should it?
I believe no. But
Ideally,
I also
no,
have faced this where because I'm a woman, my advice or something is not really taken right.
Definitely.
Right.
But the same advice given by a man, they would be like, oh, he said
Exactly.
this. I'm like, I said this to you before.
I told you this a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the seriousness of words in a professional setting.
Right.
What if hypothetically the both of you were in a networking event and you wanted to network, obviously.
Of course.
Do you think that you need to be a bit more careful with the way you articulate a sentence and put it out there? Or do you think it's free range for everybody?
As in, again, are we talking about men and women?
Men and women.
No, I don't think so. It's up to you, right? Because in a networking, should I be more careful?
The thing is this, right? Because I know
that is
like,
also part of the question. Like,
like
do you have to be careful more around the guys or the girls? I mean, or do you think you have to be more careful with your words because you're a lady, or does the guy have to be careful because of what we say?
I mean,
Okay,
and we
there
asked this
again.
because a friend of ours, she has said repeatedly that in her place of work, she has to be very careful with how she articulates words because, like both of you all said, either she's taken seriously or not taken seriously at all. And on top of that, because what she says can be misconstrued to her being too forward or something like that.
Okay.
There is that whole angle too.
Yeah. Okay. My experience is that certain situations, I think I have to be careful on putting myself out, depending on what the network session is. Because I'm also a person who other people tend to, misunderstand or taken wrong. Because I'm I'm forward, bubbly, and I just speak my heart out.
Right.
I do not have two sides to myself. So
Yeah.
I am what you get, right?
You see, what you get is what you see.
What you see is what you get.
You get what you see.
Right?
The power of words. It's a correct order.
That's why she's the president.
Yes, ma'am.
No, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people say, Ashi, don't know whether that was a little too harsh. I'm like, certain things has to be said.
Yes. Fair.
Fair.
So
if it has to be said.
Yeah. And especially when it comes down
Yeah.
now, because I'm invited as a president of the Colombo Toastmasters Club, certain things, certain changes, certain people haven't done for years. So now, also I'm the youngest. So there is a little bit of a, but now when I'm trying to make a change, there can be a set of people who thinks, oh, now she wants to make change. Like, why is she saying it this way? So I'm trying to set protocols, get things into a standard.
Right.
Whereas over years, everybody has tried to and everybody has done their best. But, every year the other president comes and tries to do something more.
Right.
So sometimes I have to be careful on how I say things so that, because even in our club, there's a generational gap. We have 20-year-olds to 80-year-olds.
Right.
So the way, whatever you say has to be taken right by the 20-year-old and also by the 80-year-old.
Yeah.
So you have to speak to the entire age range.
Entire. So what you say and how you say really matters.
So how do you manage to bridge that gap, if you don't mind me asking? Like,
Yeah, true.
because at least for me personally, the views of mine and my parents are completely opposite, let alone from mine and my grandparents, which is the 20 to 80-year-old gap. So how do you exactly close that distance?
She just throws a title. Mom, President.
No, definitely not. You can't, because in Toastmasters, it's a very close family sort of a concept that is going on. I have forgotten my problems and now I'm looking into problems of 88 people in my club for a year. So I have to make sure that everyone comes along for events, and when it comes to anything, even open conversation, I welcome ideas from everyone. Right. But of course, you have to be a listener. Something that I'm learning every day is that patience is key. And the reaction, I do not react now. Probably 5 years ago, the moment someone says something, I'm like, no, how can you say that? But right now, I'm not. I do not react at all. I just, I say, okay, thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Yes, this is something that we can look into. I'll talk to my team and I'll get back. And then I'll make sure in an open forum that everyone's together, we share our points of view and how we bridge the gap. Other ways, it's through engagement activities, getting everyone together for a walk or whatever. So everyone's together actually. There's no problem like that. But the decision making, how to communicate and get things into line is a little hard because the 20-year-old and the 80-year-old, all the age gap.
So correct me if I'm wrong, the way you bridge the gap is pretty much by taking everybody's points of view into consideration, pretty much just communication based.
Considering or not is up to me and my executive committee.
Right.
But we will all take it in so that we know how everybody thinks about certain things.
Right.
And then we will consider the majority and take a decision.
Given the fact that, and I know this might throw some bones here and there, but do you think that because you have this issue where sometimes what you say might be either not received at all, do you think that Sri Lanka is still at a place where if you were a guy, it would have been received better? Or do you think that's just a problem of the past?
Yeah, sometimes I have felt this.
Right.
Where, if a guy said this, people would have taken it a little, in a subtle way. But then now that I am being young and bold and vibrant when I say things, what does she think of herself?
Right.
Sort of a concept comes in sometimes.
I have a same question to you, Christian.
Yeah.
How do people take things that you say, but since you're younger, people don't take it seriously? Like the age matters sometimes in certain places in Sri Lanka.
It really does. And I guess it's a stereotype as well that the younger you are, the less mature you are and the less knowledgeable you are. And pretty much the less educated you are, right? So that's what people think. And that people think that a person who's 20 years old, their points of view, even though it might match to a person who is 40, 50 years old, it's wrong somehow because of the fact that they are
He's
young.
a little young and he don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this even happens on a personal basis, let alone professional, in family life. Your parents grew up in a completely different way,
Right, yeah.
So in the sense where our parents will say that the ideal way to talk to a girl is by meeting her in person.
Right.
But no, times have changed. Now we text, we call. It's much more easy to communicate. Right? It doesn't mean that it's wrong. Right?
Dads, if you respond to that just shows that you're old. All right? Just don't react to that. Just say yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Poker face. Can't say none. You can't not getting through right this. Yeah. Okay. No, continue, young one.
Continue with your Tingle and your Bumble.
Exactly. So our parents were like, you should walk to school. You should be getting more exercise. Yep, I agree with the exercise. But walking to school, not really because it's a 4-kilometer walk for me at least.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, just because two different generations were brought up in two different backgrounds, I don't feel that it makes one generation right or the other generation wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten I used to walk 35 kilometers from home
Exactly.
to school every day, front to back and forth.
Exactly.
You guys have buses now and school vans. What is this? Anyway.
Depends.
Yeah, no. Okay. But you also walk to school?
I did. I have actually walked to school.
She walked in school. She didn't walk to school.
I have even walked to school, but I have also been dropped off to school. I think let's just
Let's move on.
Let's move on. I think it's time.
yeah. It's time
It is time
Oh no.
for the game.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
Oh, we have a game?
yeah, we have a game.
We have a game.
What do we have?
So what we're gonna do is generally what we do is we give you something terrible to do. If you lose, right? Lime shots. We had Caravilla shots.
Ayyo.
Caravilla
Chili.
shots.
Caravilla.
Today?
Shots. No.
Oh, yay. What do we have today?
We have
Chili.
Also
There was chili.
we have chili between us.
Where do you get these ideas from? Man?
Your shot.
Just blame it on yourself.
But today, because one of y'all needs to go to a party, and we didn't want y'all to go like, and then say I went to the That's So Bro podcast and they abused me there. We're gonna give you cake.
Oh,
If
sweet.
you win,
yeah.
If you win,
Okay.
you get a. Do you like tiramisu?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Good save.
we were banking on the fact that, yeah.
Tiramisu or chocolate cake?
But
Tiramisu or chocolate cake?
What would you have chosen?
What would you have
if it was a choice between tiramisu
Tiramisu.
and
Good.
tiramisu.
Oh,
Because those are
I
the
made the
ones
right choice.
Good man. All right, that's why I trust you.
Good man.
Now with your
But I've been
long-
avoiding sweets for some time. But yeah, okay.
We're gonna celebrate that now. Now with your very extra long limbs, can you get that bow, Buddha?
Get the ball. All right.
Yes.
Barrel.
No, yeah, I got it.
No, Takshi's got the barrel.
Are we on a break?
He's young. We have to tell him what to do in life now.
Are we on a break? Are we on
You
a
did
break?
not-
Ah, yes, madam. That talks.
No, this
Are we on a break?
We're never on a break.
We're never on a break.
We're never on a break. This is your tiramisu. I will show it to you for entertainment purposes. This has not been sponsored by Coffee Manor, but
We
sure.
only happen to be there.
You should have told them to sponsor.
Ashi is now our spokesperson as well. She's Madam President and the.
Just coffee man. Just keep that in
Madam
mind.
President only applies to the Colombo Toastmasters Club, not here.
Tiramisu, yeah, whatever you say, madam. Tiramisu cake. Alright.
That looks really good. I'm hungry.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this.
Ane.
There. If you win, you get that. All right.
If you win, no, Ashik.
I need a finger.
What? No, we're not.
I'm sorry, Christian. I know this is your first experience. The podcast probably is last.
The
Alright.
fingers, these
No.
fingers.
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh.
ladies' fingers.
Okay, cool. So how am I gonna do this?
So many things
Alright?
to say that. I'm not going to say anything. Yeah,
We
yeah.
are going to give you this magic ball.
Yes.
The magic ball has numbers from 1 to 10.
Okay.
We're gonna grade you from 1.
To 10.
Yeah, well, 5, 5.
Yeah, so 5-5. We're going to keep score. Yeah.
The person who gets the most gets that. What you have to do is you pick out a number.
Okay.
And I will give you 5 seconds. 5 seconds good enough for us? 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
4.
To read what's on the board.
Ayyo.
And since you're Madam President, we will start.
And it's not just anything. These, by the way, are tongue twisters.
Oh my.
Ayyo.
Tongue twister.
My
Power of words.
My tongue always twists.
I don't see none.
Pick a number, ma'am.
I don't see none.
Not yet. She's picking a number.
Oh.
Oh, look at our fancy board, you guys. It says that's so, bro.
Lucky
This is
number
6
That's
or 9.
so bro.
That says 9.
Okay. If you turn the other way, it's 6, bro.
Okay, so
I don't like this
9?
paper at all.
that's a 9.
All right.
That is very clearly a
You
9.
have a time.
I'll time it, yes. Totally
Okay,
agree.
I just have to read what you put.
You have to
But
read
it's a
it.
tongue twister, so as fast as you can.
And-
You can't just, like, go
You,
really slow.
you can't say blah, 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 blah. It has to be.
And you can't say also like Peter Piper picked a peck of
Right,
peas.
okay.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
Also, we have 5 seconds pretty much.
You have 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
It has to be. Like, we have to be. We have to be able to understand it, and you read. Okay, ready?
Hold up. I'm gonna get my timer on.
I wish you
Alrighty.
both the best of luck.
Is this
Ready?
on 3? Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1, and.
Better butter bought some butter, but she said that the butter is bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So I was better Betty Butter, bought a bit of better butter.
Just so you know, that was Betty, not Butter or whatever it
I
is.
said Betty Butter.
Betty Butter, Hari. Okay, Hari. So 0 because you took like 25 seconds.
No.
You took like 30 seconds to say the whole thing.
We have to say the whole thing in 5 seconds?
Yes!
No,
Oh,
You
hell
yes.
start
no.
kidding?
Try saying this in 5 seconds. Don't be stupid.
This is not my game, dude. Alright.
Alright, unlocking my inner rap genius now.
Here you go, brother.
There you go.
My inner Eminem.
Alright. We'll give her the one. We'll give her the one. We'll give her the one.
Then I give him how many seconds is that? I'll give you 10 seconds. How many
13 seconds.
Hey.
13
seconds?
I stopped it.
Fine, 10 seconds. Okay.
You got 6. 0,
Wow, okay.
6.
Alright.
Ready?
Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta start timing. Hold on.
You have 10 seconds.
All these lights are just a little...
Yeah, you have like,
Any
it's a tongue twister.
Any excuse, Masha. Lights are bad card with 10 seconds. Butter.
Alright. I got this, man.
Alright, ready?
Yep, let's go.
In 3, 2, 1.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would as much as he could, as chuck as wood, as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. I got that.
How much?
I got that.
9 seconds. He's tweeted said 9 seconds.
That's how it's done.
I stumbled halfway,
you, Buddha.
but
Good. Well done.
He fell down and picked
He
himself back up.
almost said something bad to do with wood at one point, but we're good. We're good.
you guys set me up
He
with
was
that
gonna
one.
chuck.
You guys set me up with that one.
He was gonna chuck the chuck.
How much wood chop with homework?
He was chucking the wood so hard.
Right,
So
okay.
much chucking to do. All right.
Pass.
Oh, the ball, it's a berry.
Okay.
And the magic number is number 5, I
5.
believe. Yes.
Binduai pahai. Okay, ready?
Ready? On a 3. Ashi, ready?
Ashi, wait. Ashi, any excuse you have for this thing now?
Okay, now good.
No, lights are okay and all
Yeah,
that?
the light is actually right there.
well,
Okay.
Ashi, then you
It's
go
okay,
sit.
it's okay. So let's go.
And your 10 seconds starts in 3, 2, 1.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked... If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
How much?
12.
That was close though.
That was close.
You take the little water. No worry about it.
You went with some. You got stuck with the Peters and the pipings.
Yeah, I got the big some piper.
How did you become the captain of the Words Club again?
The words club.
It's a leadership, not about
Whatever much I
right?
care on that, you take, darling.
You take, darling.
Lucky number 7.
Number 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like how he goes, lucky number 7.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's ready.
He's such a champion. All right, go ahead.
Ready?
And your 10 seconds starts in 3, 2, 1.
6 slippery snails slid slowly seaward, but when 6 slippery snails slide slowly seaward, suddenly 7 slippery snails slid swiftly seaward too.
God damn!
Wait, hold on.
What?
I am not fabricating numbers. Y'all are picking them.
Now, the amount of words that you have is
You-
one thing. Both
Alright, okay, that's
First
a fair
thing first.
argument. Why don't we do this? Why don't we get her to do the same thing?
same thing. Okay, no,
But now she
it's
looked
okay.
at
This
it.
is for fun. This is for fun.
A, B, you'll pick whatever number you want. I want this president to retire.
Presidency is about leadership, not about...
This is a bogus president. You have to keep one up there. It complains about 17 things. Okay, go. Madam President, pick whatever you want.
The heat is on.
Oh my
The
God.
heat is on.
Scramble it. Okay, scramble it so you know which one is easy for
Like
you.
an egg?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But
The competition
Number
is
3.
fierce here.
the competition is not even between them. It's between you. Go, brother. You put the counter.
Ready? And your 10 seconds starts in 3, 2, 1.
She sells seashells by the seashore, but the seashells she sells are sure. She sells seashells sold by seashore.
Sure.
If she sells seashells, seashore, then I'm sure she sells seashore shells.
Oh, God, tell me what happened?
Yeah.
She went, crash and burn. What happened?
She
Nah, come on now. She's dying. She's dying. The words have left her.
She got so excited she ran out of spit halfway through. It wasn't the light. It was a short one. You knew this by
It
heart.
was a sand, Matang. It was a sand.
Right here, no?
Yeah.
Nah, honey, okay,
She
fine.
sells
We'll give it. We'll give you that one.
seashells by-
You actually finished it there, so we'll give
Oh
you
wow,
that
I did!
Yeah, you did.
Sympathy.
My goodness. It's
You
too
take
sad,
my
yeah.
champion, you answer.
Matang.
Gandamalli.
Alright?
Number 2.
Okay.
Count up.
In 3, 2, 1.
Pet kid poured curd, pulled cod. Pet kid poured curd, cold. Cod curd, cold, curdle curd. Pet kid poured cold, curd. That's way too much.
You messed up the last
That's
one.
way.
Messed messed up.
You messed up the last time.
Messed up.
Okay, I just.
Yeah.
But was it on time?
The thing is, when Ashi was messing up, he was like, "Yeah, Power Masha, you should be fair to her." So like, the second he messed up, yeah, wow.
No, I was gonna
Irony.
this. But how much time did it take?
He took about 10 seconds, but then he messed up the last bit also.
No, but the point is, every tongue twister he gets is like so small.
He's gonna fix it! We don't have any context.
There's equal chances for everything.
You know what? Next round, I will pick for you. You pick for me.
Okay.
Let's do
Okay,
that.
so I'm picking for you right now.
Yeah, pick for her right now.
Harikane karume.
Let it be a long one. Let it be a long one.
Worst one ever.
This is what you call asking and eating.
Asking and eating.
Number 10, no, that is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, number 10 actually. Okay.
Ready?
Ayyo, okay.
In 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? But Fuzzy Wuzzy was a fuzzy bear. Then Fuzzy Wuzzy was fuzzy, wasn't he?
Fine. That was actually 10 seconds.
Okay.
That was
was like a
actually
rap.
10 seconds, how many milliseconds?
I think there were a few extra buzzes in there.
10 seconds.
No. I read the exact Wuzzy.
Wait, I remember
This is
this.
funny. We should all try saying this.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear.
So,
Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy was what?
Quick.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a Fuzzy Wuzzy. But if Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, Fuzzy Wuzzy was fuzzy, wasn't he?
Ah, nice.
Thank you.
Oh,
No one lied to you in there. Mood වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. මට ගැහුවෙත් නැහැ.
ගහන්න නගලයක් අශි ගහන්න.
Eba. Now you pick this one.
All right. How many are left? By the way? Last one. No, last one. I think last round.
This is the last one.
No, we have 2.
Yeah, so the last round for each of them.
Yeah.
Number 1 for him.
Number 1. Right. Competition's close. We have 2 and 2, by the way.
No.
Really?
Yeah, because like you watched the last one.
This is why you don't be nice to your company. You see, you're bloody no. She should also get these. This is what
Okay.
happens. Why
You
don't
can
get
take the
this?
tiramisu home, honey.
3.
Out there.
I'm not taking no
In
chai in
3.
tiramisu.
You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Number 1. In 3,
You better win this question, okay?
2, 1.
The sixth. Oh. No.
Yeah, that was something up there.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I just saw that and I was like, nope. I'm not getting that in 10 seconds, bro. Probably not even in 20.
I just
Oh,
want.
but I read this wrong.
No, wait. Can the audience see this?
No, they can't.
Okay.
That's
just so you
insane.
know.
But we'll show it after this.
Okay, so just so you know, this is one of the hardest tongue twisters ever, and I've tried this because we had to practice it during drama practice just to like
Okay,
as
get
a
it
warm up.
right there.
I can't.
Try.
Terrible. The six sheep sick. The six sheep sick, and the six sheep sick. And 6 sheep.
To be completely fair, he just like and six and
True it.
The sixth sheep sick. Sixth sheep sick. And the sixth sheep sick. 6 sheep and six sheep.
Hey, you guys, thanks so much for
Thank you.
Yeah, but I know.
We have a clear cut.
We have one more, right?
I think next one we have to. Okay, choose a nice one.
I will pick one for Ashi.
There's two more. There's two more.
Okay,
Ashi gets number 4.
and he decides.
Hope it's the worst one we have.
Wait.
You know how you should choose the winner now because it's a tie. You should give the same thing to both of us, and then both of us should get it.
How do you both see it at the same time and read at the same time? One person has more time.
No.
to do it.
So the one who gets it faster or whatever. Okay, get 4.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying at the same time?
No, not at the same
20
time.
seconds of my life went for that explanation. I got nowhere. Yeah, go ahead.
Who's doing what? This is Ashi.
I'm
right?
ready for Ashi, yeah.
Right.
I already picked
In
one.
3, 2, 1.
Red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorries, yellow lorry, yellow lorries, red lorry, red lorry, red lorries, yellow lorry, yellow lorries, red lorry.
You just went like.
ඒක මාෂා පොඩ්ඩක් මෙහාට
පොඩ්ඩක්
ගියා.
I
How
hear
many
one.
seconds have we done, sir?
That's about. I went 1 second over, so it's
11 seconds.
11 seconds. Mum, never to dollar heavy, but it's 11.
Okay,
Hari.
next one.
You pick Mashan, don't worry, brother.
Final
We'll win
one,
this.
8.
Number 8, I hope it's just his name and his address at home.
Well, let's get it.
In 3, 2, 1.
Lesser leather never weathered, better, but weather was better when lesser leather weather is a weather question. No, I got that in 9. I got that in 9.
9 seconds.
I got that in 9. I knew it.
Take it.
I knew it.
But you mispronounced the second line. He said weather, better.
Oh yeah? Body butter, better.
Excuses.
Yeah, give it.
Congratulations, brother.
Congratulations, but you're not getting it.
So
She's
now,
taking the finger.
This is literal theft, guys.
Yeah.
This is literal theft.
so now, when is letting it happen, dude? I don't know.
She just took it.
I wasn't training this.
No, you go ahead.
I'm okay with the finger.
Now with that, you guys, we're going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for being... Thanks Christian for being a lovely...
Thank you so much for having
a lovely
us.
guest.
Yeah.
Ashi,
Yeah.
Thank you for coming back.
Thank you very much.
Ashi is the best for this season. After Jagani. Best female guest we've had so far. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you have any other guests that you would like us to bring on, any topics you'd like us to talk about, please let us know in the comments below.
And if you have any suggestions for little games we can play like this at the end, let us know that as well, because it'll be fun and,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. And thank you for having me for the third time.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the demand and
The
comments.
third time?
Yeah.
I only thought you was in twice. My bad. I thought this is your second time. My bad.
Third.
Oh, yeah, hard. Your first time and your third time.
Thank you guys very much for having me. Yeah, it was a great experience. I learned a lot.
Thanks you guys once again.
Okay, bye. That's a bro.
Guys, does anyone want a finger?
I mean,
Okay,
take a finger.